With their fast moves and impressive shots, NBA players like J.R. Smith are wowing the crowds. Not in America, but here in China. The former Denver Nugget signed a contract to play on the fledgling Chinese league after a labor dispute back home threatened to lock him and other players out of the U.S. season. Yet at the 11th hour, the NBA resolved its dispute, frustrating players who have no legal way to get back in the American game till China's competition ends.
It's tough, you know, because I still get to watch the games, watch all my friends playing against each other and playing in the NBA. I mean, it's great, but at the same time, I got to live with the decisions I made.
So for now, the Denver Nugget is a golden bull, racking up points for a factory town known for minting socks more than sportsmen and promoting it this Chinese New Year.
Say it again?
新年快乐.
新年快乐.
Compared to home, he says the play here is more aggressive, as are the fans.
China has hundreds of millions of basketball fans. Most of them love the NBA, and they want to see more of its stars playing here.
They help educate our local players, this fan says, and act as role models. Despite his popularity, Smith's unconventional style has irked sports officials, who say he's too demanding and not a team player. He's asked for better housing for him and his family, a personal chef, and when he complained of a knee injury, he aroused suspicions that he might be looking for a way out of China's rigid state-run sports system, a charge he denies.
It's kind of taking away the love of the game away, you know. Basketball shouldn't be something you're forced to do. You know, it should be something you love to do and you enjoy to do.
It's an experience, though, that he will remember when he returns after March.
I take my hat off to a lot of guys that play in the NBA back home. You know, we're so accustomed to having about 8 or 9 guys, and it's always like 1 or 2 foreign guys on the team in the league back home. But now I'm a foreign guy, so it's kind of, it's the shoes on the other foot a little bit.
A foot firmly planted in China till the season here wraps up.
加油!
Eunice Yoon, CNN, Beijing.
Well, it's got to be an interesting cultural experience, a little bit of culture shock as well. And you played overseas a little while. What are the challenges facing an NBA player, particularly a veteran player who's been around the NBA for a long time, suddenly in a new league, in a new country?
Yeah, well, I mean, he has a whole different perspective than I did. I didn't play in the NBA and then go overseas.
Right.
I actually started off overseas and then came here. And my whole thing was trying to get there to experience it. So, you know, I'm sitting there, you know, doing everything that I can and waiting and trying to improve. So when I get there, I make a great first impression. And that was my whole thing. I wanted to go make a great first impression. I had a great opportunity to play with Mike D'Antoni my 3rd year there, which we sat down and talked basketball a ton. And the one advantage over there is you practice twice a day. So in the mornings we'd meet up and we do some one-on-one stuff and sit down and talk basketball. I go home and relax a little bit, get some lunch, and then come back and we practice with the team in the evening. So it was great.
How long did it take for you to get homesick? Because you new language, outlets, the whole 9 yards for some of those people who have never gone overseas before.
And then the other thing is I didn't have the internet. When
heck, man, you see what
when I was over there, I didn't have the internet. You know, my first phone bills was like, you know, $4 or $5 grand a month. Man.
Wow!
Because it was just killing me my first 2 months there.
Right.
But you have to really dig deep, you know, and not go back. Just tell yourself, I'm just going to stay. I'm going to indulge myself in the culture of what's going on.
That's what I was going to ask you. How much did you immerse yourself in? Did you embrace it, or you know, a lot of guys sort of lock themselves up in the room and just think basketball and picking up a paycheck and then getting out of there. Other guys really embrace it and want to learn the culture, want to learn the language, and enjoy the experience.
That's when it turned around for me. You know, my first 2 or 3 months there, I was just locked in the room. I didn't go anywhere. I didn't have a dryer or washing machine, so I'm washing my practice stuff, you know. But I think the one thing that it teaches you is, one, if you embrace it, it'll go by a little bit faster. You'll start to enjoy it. You'll learn more about the culture, and it's a great growing up experience, and it was for me. And then the second thing you learn is you learn to cherish every single moment you have in the NBA. When I got there, man, I didn't. If they told me to carry my own bag, shoes, do whatever, I was doing it because I was doing it anyway. It wasn't a big deal for me. So I think we'll come back and we'll see a different guy when he comes back to play in the NBA.